for this shit stain of a circuit. Oh, there it is. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 9 of the DRS Green Championship. We are here at the worst circuit. How are you not in the lobby? Oh, you're kidding. Alright. Cancel. Ah dear. Set up a new one. No, there is a spot. There's only 19 drivers here. Give me a sec. I'll do it. For now. Quit the main menu. Yeah. Right. Okay. Just give me a sec. I got it. Unranked. Bobbity boop. Create unranked. Invite only. There we go. We'll get to see the inner workings of how to set up a session. Oh, come on, fellas. No need for that. So, host options. 40%. F1 2019 performance equal. Practice length none. Qualifying full quali. Race systems of 50%. Dynamic weather. Official time. Invite only. Race settings. Park photo on. Collisions on. Vehicle damage reduced. Ghosting on. Full car setup. Safety car. Rules and flags. Strict. Formation lap on. Race starts manual and tire dim. Oh, that's good. Oh, beep, 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 beep. Off. Gearbox can be auto. Off. Corners only. Automatic. There we go. Aaron, Demi, Dougie, let's see here. False, James, Reedy isn't racing. Tal, World Boy Servanite, Zach, don't know about Banana, Alcatraz, Plebs. Ooh, I can't see these ones. Yeah, confirm. For now. Then I can leave the lobby. Because I can't host. For whatever reason. I shouldn't host anyway. I've sent out some invites. Alright. No. Well. Oh well, we'll have it slow. That's okay. That's okay. No, no one needs to sacrifice anything. Anything. We have the... Sacrifice anything. Then... Oh yeah, just a... Into race, alright. There's no one needs to sacrifice. Needs. Everyone's in. Now, who needs? Full quality, safety car on, strict. I think so. Oh, yep, Alonso. That's cool. That's cool. It's your choice. That's alright, man. Anyone? You're quite welcome. Yeah, we got a few more people on the air. Fantastic. Yeah, you're quite welcome to race, man. And James? Is James missing? But if you need... Towel. Yeah, that's cool. Everyone's here. Who isn't? Come on, Q is. So it's just. I want to see Demi crash out already. Good on you, Huey. Yeah, honest. Toro Rosso, my dude. Just wait. Just wait until. Be cool. Fellas, it's alright. It's alright. There we go, he's in. There we go, he's in. Alright. Oh. Okay. Apparently not. Yeah, we'll be right. Yep. You'll be right. We'll be right. Yep. We'll be right. Ready up. Ready up, fellas. Ah, what a start this is going to be to a Grand Prix. Everyone's in a pissed off mood because of the start, but that's alright. Mistakes happen. Mistakes happen all the time. But how about that? Well, you almost have a full grid. Almost. Just one driver away. How is it that we... Honest to God, the worst circuit in Formula 1. That makes no sense whatsoever. But ladies and gentlemen, finally we're here. Welcome to round 9 of the DRS Green Championship here in Abu Dhabi at Yas Marina. This shit stain of a circuit. Hopefully we will see some good racing out of this. We've been building up to it for quite some time. Oh, hopefully it'll be good. But yes, this 5.5 kilometer travesty of a circuit with its 21 corners. It's got some hot spots over the circuit, particularly turn 8 and turn 11 that come after long DRS zones. But other than that, this circuit is almost impossible to overtake on. Particularly through Sector 3. It is next to impossible to make a move through there. But let's go and start Q1. Let's see. After all the trials and tribulations of starting a race, we finally made it. So, just coming out of it, out of China, the previous round, Big Chich will have to serve a Q2 ban due to unsportsmanlike conduct during qualifying. And other than that, no real information to come out of China into Abu Dhabi. But here we go, both Red Bulls out simultaneously. Cutsy and 7-8. But here, who's the first car out? Not Wogboy, must be Smokegrass. So the first car out on circuit. Yes, we'll get a closer look at this Tilka design circuit. Oh, wait a minute. No, there's a Williams out in front. It's Iconic Q. Okay. So he'll be the first driver to set a lap time. We'll pick on him then. I tell you what, this must be pretty close to the biggest grid we've had in the Greens Championship. It just seems on Sunday nights it's just not a great day for people to race on. It's a bit unfortunate. But it's good to see we've got a nice healthy grid for this race. This race is actually going to play a massive part in the championship due to the fact that one of the two championship challengers isn't here. Hooter Magic isn't here. Wogboy is though, so he's going to be scoring massive points over his rival. I'd imagine anyway. But in their places, and all the drivers who couldn't make it, in their places are some really good talent. So Wogboy will get an advantage out of this Grand Prix, but how big is it going to be? But here we go, Iconic Cube, the first driver to set a flying lap here at Yas Marina. Coming into a tricky turn one. It's not an easy corner, sort of medium speed, a little bit difficult. Through turns 2 and 3, absolutely flat out in these Formula 1 cars. Coming to the end of Sector 1 into this hideous chicane. Its only purpose is to slow the cars up for this hairpin, because there's not enough runoff area. Going on to this long back straightaway, where dreams are made and nightmares are realised. That's how long it is. Then when it suddenly swoops to the left because of the car park on the other side of that barrier. Through turn 8 and turn 9. This is definitely one of the hot spots of the circuit. Now we come on to the second DRS zone. A small kink into turns 11, 12 and 13. This is going to be another big hot spot for the race. Plenty of overtaking going to occur there. They're coming through sector 3, turns 15, 16 and 17. Then we go underneath the hotel. Nice encounter there from Iconic Cube. Up the gears once again into the final two corners, 20 and 21. The latter containing a leaking bladder of elevation change, and Iconic Cube will come across the line a 1 minute 38.1. Smoke Grass topples it at 36.5 on a set of softs. Let's see who's next. It's a Ferrari, Semi-Pro, and Cutsy as well set lap times. Alcatraz, also P3, 36.6. Let's see. Oh, Hyperdrive. Oh, we've got Sector 1 yellows. Must be Alcatraz. Ooh, hang on. Semi-Pro off the circuit. Okay. Romy Alonso coming through the final corner now. He'll come across the line. It's going to be 35.6. Goes fastest by 0.6 of a second. James Cruz 56.7. Must have made a mistake on the lap. We'll give it another crack. Renault goes second fastest at 36.1 as we've got a slow car in sector 2. McLaren is coming across the line. It's Big Chich. Does a 38.3. Sure, he made a mistake on the lap. Server Knight, the next car to set a flying lap. Everyone else has already set one. The rest are still in the pit lane except for Honest Crook. He's on an out lap. Going through tricky turn 17. It's a very difficult corner, difficult braking zone. Very easy to lock up. Turns 20 and 21. Doesn't appear to be a very competitive time. Must have made a mistake. 37.7. Currently the second slowest out of the softs. As we got drivers now coming into the pit lane. As Honest Crook will come around the final corner to start off his first flying lap. Coming into turn 1. Quite a nice entry, 4th gear, gentle on the throttle. Coming through turns 2 and 3, probably the two best corners on the circuit, very challenging. Very punishing if you take it wrong. If you're even a millimetre out of line, you get spat out into the tarmac runoff on the left-hand side. Honest Crook, apparently fastest in Sector 1. Knowing this game, it is probably lying to me. Sector 2 yellows, just a car pulling off to the side. As Honest Crook now coming through turns 8 and 9 onto the second DRS zone. Closing in on 10 minutes to go in this session. With the huge field, Q1 actually means something. Unbelievable in the Green Championship. The drivers do indeed have to be careful. Another thing that they have to be careful of with this circuit are warnings. They are somewhat easy to collect on this circuit. Definitely a number of places where it's just the inside of the corner tempts you to cut it to such a degree where it's very easy to get a warning. An Honest Crook, he hasn't done that at all. He's kept it nice and tidy. Oh! What a save! That was a brilliant save from Honest Crook. Oh my goodness, that was close. I bet a lot of poo came out when he did that. My goodness me. Todd's the 99 in the Williams. Got a couple of very good drivers as some of the lower teams in the Constructors' Championship, just trying to boost the amount of points they have and try and get them into a more competitive state. Which is why Iconic Q and Toddster are in the Williams, both very quick drivers. Same with Zach and what was supposed to be Aaron L3F4, but unfortunately he had to pull out late. It was going to be a good day for Haas, I think, with two such high quality drivers. With Toddster coming into the tricky turn 17, then coming underneath the hotel. What I guess is supposed to be the highlight of the circuit, but really isn't. It's just a spirited, nah, that's cool. Drive underneath the building, that's about it. Toddster coming through the final corner, 34 to 35. 3 goes fastest by 0.3 of a second to Romy Alonso. Dermy making his comeback. He's in the Mercedes. Him and Dougie Falcon. So Mercedes are going to be very competitive this weekend. A small lock up into turn 8 and through turn 9. Does it quite nicely. We'll have a look at Wog Boy, who is on a flying lap, our championship leader, coming through the final corner on the ragged edge, comes across the line at 35.190, goes fastest. Dougie now on a flying lap, and I believe that's Plebs behind. No, it's Big Chich behind. But Dougie, he'll come across the line. That's oh never mind. There we go. A 34.6. That is a mega lap from the Mercedes-Benz. Oh boy. My goodness. That is an absolutely mega lap. James Cruz just pulling off to the side. As Big Chich, although he's got a Q2 ban for this race, he had an absolute blinder of a race at China in his first ever Green Championship Grand Prix, finishing 4th after having what many would describe as a horrible start, having to pit early, but luckily because of the changing conditions have put him back into a very good finishing position, finishing 4th with 26 points to his name. He'll be hoping to build on it. No, he's coming through. Oh, he's invalidated. There we go. It's going to happen here. There's quite a number of places where you can do it. Plebs, his teammate. who has decided to fill in for this race in the McLaren. He too has invalidated, and Zach is going to set his first flying lap as well. But looking at the times, it seems a mid 34, maybe a low 34 is the theoretical best for this championship. Regarding Dougie Falcons and that bloody time, holy moly. Ooh, we've got sector 3 yellows. That's alright. But Zach, he'll come across the line. 34.6. Oh my goodness. 5 thousandths of a second separating Dougie and Zach. Absolutely mega times from both drivers. 7-9, he was 2 seconds up on his time, it seems. But he invalidated on his lap. Plev's going to have another crack. Tal on his first flying lap, currently 18th place. So with 5 minutes and 18 seconds left in the session, if the game actually properly works, the cutoff point is a 138.1 in 15th place, and that's a false equation. Just noticed in China, it wasn't the top 15 that went through, it was the top 14 that went through to Q2 because of only 16 drivers. But I think with the extended field up to 19, it should be the cutoff point should be at 15th. Well, I pray anyway. Now we've got quite a number of drivers on circuit. James Cruz, false equation, his teammate. All of them on circuit. Ooh, Tal makes a bit of a meal of turn 11, but that's alright. Covered it up quite nicely. As Dermy has an excursion off the circuit. Ooh, and the Haas has spun. Is that Zach? It has to be. Spun at the pit entry. What on earth happened to him? Patel, one of the two drivers left to set a flying lap, comes around the final corner. It's going to be a 36.2, puts in P8 very comfortably within the top 15. 3 minutes left to go in the session. Let's see here. False equation. Now, underneath the cutoff point in 16th place. Coming through the technical sector 3. Seems that the ideal times are about in the 36s. Maybe high 36s is where he needs to be. Let's see what he can do. Coming around the final turn now. As Smokegrass has retired from the session, he's retired in the pit lane. So 37 flat, improved by 1.3 seconds. He might be safe. Honest Crook has invalidated his lap time. Iconic Q and Big Chich also on an out lap, same with Plevs. Now False, can he set another lap? He might try to. Cutting the circuit to minimize distance, but according to that fuel icon, he is very low on fuel. See, okay, so Onyx Crook has invalidated. Oh, I don't think he'll have enough time to set another lap. I think that's his session over. He's out in Q1. Big Chich up by 0.2 of a second in Sector 1. It's actually quite a bit of time considering the length of Sector 1. Not a very long sector in comparison to Sector 2 and especially Sector 3. Breno. Oh, Breno. Breno's made a mistake. Oh, into the tyre barrier coming out of the hotel. So Breno now becomes the marker. A 1 minute 36.144 is the time to beat. Big Chich apparently is purple in Sector 2, but knowing the game, it's probably lying. Remember, he has to serve a Q2 ban, so he'll be starting, if he gets through to Q2, he'll be starting in 15th place, unless, of course, someone disqualifies themselves, which is entirely possible. Comes through the final turn. Oh, runs a little bit wide. Oh, and he makes it. 36.553 puts him P10. So now, false equation's in trouble. Servernite is definitely in trouble. What can Iconic Q do? Plebs disqualified from the session, driving the wrong way. I said it's entirely possible, and it's happened. What on earth happened to Plebs? Let's see here. Iconic Q rather. 16th. Currently a 37.7. And he gets in easily, P10. 1.6 seconds quicker. Renault's out. And so might be Servernite if he's not careful. Actually, no, so Renault's actually still in this. I can't believe it. So only Servernite. Only Servernite can beat Breno now. What on earth happened to Plebs? I noticed he had a completely destroyed front wing. Don't know what happened. But look, Servernite coming underneath the hotel for the final time. Potentially for qualifying, definitely for Q1. He'll come around the final turn. 36.1 to beat. Okay. Brenner's time must be glitching out. Strange, very strange. Okay, very strange. Just have to check those leaderboards because that doesn't seem to make much sense. Let's see here. I want to see Breno's time. So only the top 14 get through. But Breno did a 36.1 and he's out. Race director, where are you? Oh, he invalidated that time. Right. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense at all. Or does it invalidate your fastest lap? I don't know. How is... That is amazing. So we move on to Q2 with only 14 cars. Only 13 cars will be allowed on circuit. Although Big Chicks can do a couple of warm-up laps if he pleases. But he just cannot set a flying lap in Q2. But that's very, very strange. Very strange. He did a 36.1, but for some reason the game invalid. Oh, and I think that semi-pro into the wall at the Oh, not quite. He didn't damage the car. Oh, but those tyre pressures are all over the place. But yeah, okay. So he does a 36-1. But the game counts the time, but it doesn't count the time at the same time? I can't believe I said that sentence. But, okay. Very strange, but for some reason Breno is out of Q1. Rather being eliminated in Q1. What the fuck? That makes no sense at all. People watching at the moment, do you mind helping me? Holy moly, that makes no sense. Oh. So yeah, he hit the wall, but he had a time. And it said invalidated, but it was still there. That actually makes no sense. That actually makes no sense. Anyway, we'll sort that out later. Something has happened. Poor Breno. But yes, you're right, he did crash out. We managed to capture it as well. Smokegrass will be the first driver to set a lap time in Q2. It's very strange. Yeah, he crashed underneath the hotel into the tyre barrier. Coming out of turn 19, I remember that, but he set a flying lap before. It's saying it got invalidated, but the time actually showed up on the leaderboard. Makes absolutely no sense, Codemasters. Makes no sense at all. These guys have got fitted on. So, Smokegrass, I did notice, is on the medium compound tyre. So is 3 other members of Q2. Including Wogboy, Romy Alonso and Toddster99. They've currently got them fitted on. There we go, Smokegrass. Purple through Sector 2, but DRS invalidates his lap. Dermy will be the next car then, or rather the first car to set up, and very wisely Smokegrass gets out of the way. And then Dermy looks good, car looks good. Nice and gentle on the throttle, using all of the road. Now, is he on an outlap? He is on an outlap. He's pushing awfully hard on an outlap, I have to say. He is pushing very hard on an outlap, to the point where I thought he was on a flying lap. Wow, okay. Wogboy goes faster, so 35.422. On a set of medium compound tyres. Who's next? I wonder. Not the very lazy towel. He's invalidated. So it must be no, Dougie. But he too must have made a mistake on the lap. 36.7. I wonder what this cocky Brit is thinking. Because that's still a fairly respectable time in comparison to some of these fellas. I wonder what he's trying to do. Maybe not set a lap too fast so he can go out on a set of mediums. Set a lap time, perhaps? We'll have to wait and see. Romy Alonso, he'll come across the line. Goes second fastest at 35.851. Very respectable time. Oh, Dermy. Sideways coming out of turn 14 into turn 15 and 16 into 17. Follow along the port of Yas Marina. Underneath the hotel once again. And then it's actually on a flying lap, I can see that now. On a flyer. But he's made a mistake somewhere on the lap as well. Nowhere near a respectable time. Oh, and hello! Into the wall. Oh dear. Just lights it up. Ever so slightly on exit. Cupsy coming into the pits. I was going to say that's a very unorthodox line. Now we've got a whole heap of drivers on outlaps. Lazy Tail, Alcatraz, Todster, Smokegrass, Iconic Hue, all of them on the mediums as well. Yeah, Dermy's on a in-lap, so I think. Okay. Strange. Oh, and locks up. Both of them cut the chicane. Okie dokie. So, Iconic Hue, here we go. On a flying lap through Sector 1. Apparently, he is purple. I'm not going to believe it though. This game lies to me all the time. DRS open. Into the heavy braking zone of turn 8 into turn 9. At the moment it seems like a very clean lap from the Williams driver. Next driver we'll look at is Todster 99. He's the next in this train of cars on flying laps. Through the chicane into turn 14. At the moment he looks very good. Into the tricky braking zone. 17, very difficult, especially without ABS. Underneath the hotel. Into turns 20 and 21. This time actually looks pretty good at the moment. 35.7. I thought it looked good. Puts him P2 provisionally with 7 minutes to go. Todster, his teammate for this race. Sideways. Very sideways. Todster, the two-time Formula 2 champ, goes fastest at 35.1. The recently crowned Formula 2 champion, after wrapping it up a few days ago at Monaco. Oh my goodness me! Smokegrass. Just a little bit of a moment. Just a little bit. Very Lazy Tail then, I think. Dermy. And after him it's Semi-Pro. Tail, he'll come across the line, goes P4. Dermy comes into the pits. Semi-Pro on an outlap. Actually doing quite well in the Ferrari. Bit of pressure on him after what happened to his teammate. Hopefully we'll see a nice result for him. He's been very consistent in previous races. He's shown good pace, just has the occasional misfortune getting involved in other drivers' accidents. Oh, okay, so Iconic Hue wasn't going to go out on another fly. He comes in, 5 minutes to go. Well, Alcatraz, he was 6/10 up, but he must have made a mistake. There hasn't been an invalidation, as Big Chicks retires from the session. Smokegrass comes out. Zach's still in the pit lane. Very interesting. Alcatraz. Oh, has a massive moment at the second to last corner. Very good catch from him. Let's see. Cupsy on a flyer. Semi-Pro pulling off to the side. Oh, okay. What has happened between these two? It's Semi-Pro and the very Lazy Tail. Neither car has damage. What has happened between these two? Semi-Pro looks a bit all over the place. Something happened between these two. They were very, very close to each other at Sector 3. Smokegrass on an out lap. Same with Dermy. Servonite's just started a flyer. Oh! And has a moment at turn 1. Holy moly. Hello, Bodhod. Good to see you watching. Hope you enjoy the show, and I think it's going to be one hell of a show, really. For whatever reason, as I've mentioned in many, many previous races, the shit circuits in this game provide some of the great racing that this game can offer. And Abu Dhabi, oh boy, is it the shittest circuit of them all. So, theoretically, this should be the best race of them all. But, you never know. It's always good to just keep an open mind. Keep a nice, relaxed mind. Cutsy starts his first fly, well, sorry, his second flying lap. Servonite will definitely not be improving after that humongous moment at turn 1, so we won't look at him. Will McLaren have the curse tonight? Well, at the moment they have. Plevs had a moment on his final attempt of a flying lap in Sector 1. He had some sort of moment. And unfortunately for Big Chich, with events in the previous race at China, he has to serve a Q2 ban, so it's not looking good for McLaren, but a lot of racing to go ahead, so you just never know, as Cutsy invalidates his lap as well. So Dermy, I think, is the next. See here, Smokegrass, nope, he invalidated. And Zach giving himself one lap, one chance to set a flying lap on a set of softs as well. So with 1.5 minutes to go, the bubble is a 1 minute 39.968 set by Alcatraz in the Renault. Is going to be easily beaten given the times from Q1. Can do. Dermy will be the first driver to cross the line. Goes 6 faster, so 36.6 on the set of mediums. Not a bad lap, actually. Sector. Ooh. Toddster and Tao, what in God's fucking name are you doing? What the fuck? What the fuck are you two doing? Is it a toe thing, or? I mean, I don't know. Must be. The only reason why you'd be that bloody close to someone. Let's see here. Smokegrass, he's invalidated another lap. So he's got one final shot to set a lap time. Otherwise he'll be starting from 14th on the grid. Zach's the last driver to set a flying lap time. So Wogboy and Iconic Q, they've finished Q2 and they're pretty much secured. Dougie Falcons goes fastest with a 1 minute 35.1, beating Toddster by 0.07 of a second. The bubble now a 1 minute 39.110. That's Cutsy in the Red Bull. Alcatraz. Oh, hang on. It's Cutsy, he's gone off. So he can't improve. And they've got he's got 3 very quick drivers to contend with. Alcatraz being the first of them. He'll come across the line. He hasn't invalidated. It's a 35-3, puts him P3. As Cutsy's disqualified from the session. So that's a massive blow, because if you disqualify yourself, you instantly go to the back. Oh my goodness, Zach, and who was that? Was that Cutsy? It must have been. Was it Cutsy? No, it's Servanite. They've come together. Zach goes to P3. What on earth happened between these two? Servanite is out of Q2. And oh, Smokegrass, he's out as well. He cannot set a lap time. So I wonder, will he start behind? Will he start behind SD? He might. He just might. Smokegrass, he's retired from the session, so I think he will. So even though he couldn't actually participate in the session, Big Chicks will be starting from 12th on the grid. One place away from the ideal spot of P11. If you want to be starting in that midfield sort of area. I think, even though he'll be pretty disappointed with the Q2 ban, I think he'd be pretty happy with where he's placed in the order. So your top 10, that's your top 10, and Toddster, Wogboy, Iconic Q, Tao, Alonso and Dermy will all be starting on the medium compound tyre here at Abu Dhabi. Everyone else will be starting on the softs. Out of fuel? Must have been. So there we go. Servanite, low fuel. Makes sense. And as a result of that, Servanite will be starting outside of the top 10, but in 11th place, which is the ideal spot of starting in the midfield with the free choice of tyre. As we move on to Q3, this is where all the big boy stuff happens. Who will be the first driver out? I wonder. I bet it's a Williams. Yeah, that far down the grid, it has to be a Williams. Yep, it is. I can see you down there. Oh, it's both Williams. So Toddster and Iconic Q will be the first drivers out. Underneath this stupid underground pit exit. God, it's stupid. So unbelievably stupid. Honest Crook has left the session. Hopefully he will be able to rejoin. I'm not able to invite anyone. As a spectator, I can't invite anyone. Kind of stupid, but that's Codemasters for you, I guess. Yes, everyone will be on the soft compound tyre. There's no reason for them to be on anything else. Just keep it on what they have fitted. That way we can keep an eye on who's on a fresh set and who's on a used set. Just depends on how many compounds of tyres these drivers have used in Q1 and Q2. We'll have to wait and see. Seems everyone is going to be out on an out lap, except for Towel, it seems. Dougie Falcons is just leaving the pit lane. So Towel just might have only one set of softs at his disposal. Going to wait till the end of the session. Or maybe halfway through where there's absolutely no traffic. We'll have to wait and see. Toddster will be the first car. Then Iconic Q, Semi-Pro. Then Wogboy. Then Dermy. Alcatraz. Okay. So Toddster, the two-time DRS Formula 2 champion. Through turn 1 he goes into turns 2 and 3 absolutely flat in these things. Rides the curve very nicely. Maximizes the entire circuit. Oh good, Iconic Crook has joined back. We will have our 19 car grid. Toddler through the hairpin onto the back straightaway. DRS wide open. Overtake ERS mode. 331 kilometers an hour. Top speed down the long back straightaway into turns 8 and 9. Does it very nicely. DRS open again. Using all of the inside of the circuit to minimize the distance. Nice and out wide. Try and widen turn 11 as much as possible. Now coming into the cumbersome sector 3, full of angles. It's a very difficult section. Very easy to lose your flow through here. Miss one braking point, it's pretty much the entire sector done. As Todd's like, he'll come across a line, but invalidates. Iconic Hugo's fastest at 35.3. That's very strange. Dermy, oh my goodness, he's crashed. He's crashed exact same spot as Breno did. Romy Alonso, he'll give us a better shot. He's on a flyer. Ooh, where is that car? Ooh, that's a dead Mercedes. That is a very dead Mercedes. Like Valtteri Bottas, German Grand Prix 2019 dead. Romy Alonso goes second fastest. What on earth happened to Toddster's lap? I wonder. Alcatraz goes fifth fastest as the very lazy tail is now on a flying lap. Zach goes fastest at 34.1. But I imagine this cocky Brit has something to say about it. Dougie Falcons 97. Coming underneath the hotel. This is where his teammate crashed. Through turns 20 and 21. Using all of the track. Every inch of it. Across the line. Goes second fastest. For 1 minute 34.386. And I'm sure he's going to say something like, oh, that was a horrible lap, or something like that. Because that's what he's like. But I just want to check, just ever so quickly. So his lap did indeed invalidate, okay. It just didn't come up on the mini-map. It comes up with a red circuit if you invalidate a lap time. It just didn't do that. Very lazy talent. According to the minimap, hasn't invalidated his lap time. Very nice going underneath the hotel, using all of the road right up to the barrier. Through the final corner. Oh, but runs wide. P6 provisionally. 35.541. So everyone's now coming back into the pits for take 2. For their second take of Q3 pretty much. Oh, okay. Yep. So both Huey and Jimmer, both of you were right. Collision due to low fuel mode. That's alright, server. But I'm sure it will be investigated post-race by the stewards. Just went into low fuel mode, car really slows down at that point. And get off the racing line. Luckily for Zach, he still managed to make it into Q3. Currently topping the leaderboards as well. So, people watching the stream, put your comment down. Who's going to snag pole position? We've got a lot of talent in what is now the top 9. Will it be Zach? The worst driver in the world? Will it be the Brit Dougie Falcons? Will it be defending champion Wogboy? Alonso? Hewitt? The very lazy tail. He's been quick in recent times with his new pedal box. He might be able to snag it. Semi-pro, long shot, same with Alcatraz. Is it going to be our two-time defending, well, now defending F2 champion, Todd's the 99, after absolutely ruthlessly now snags his second title in succession. I actually have no idea who's going to snag pole. So much talent everywhere. I don't know who's going to get pole. All I know is it's definitely not Dermy. Sorry, Dermy, if you're listening to this. It's just facts. Let's see. When will they jump out? Minute 30 laps, so about 2 minutes to go, I'd imagine. Give himself a little bit of breathing space with maybe 2:15, 2:20 minutes to go. Oh, someone's starting up. It's a Ferrari. Ferrari of semi-pro. And someone else has started up nearby as well. It's a Renault. Alcatraz? No, sorry, it's the Haas of Zach. He decided to blink first. Oh, what's he doing? Going very slowly is what he's doing. Semi-pro follows suit. We've got someone else leaving the pit lane. It's Dougie Falcons. So how about that? First and second coming out very early. Excuse me. And Alcatraz, I believe, that's him in 8th. As what kind of Gran Turismo tricks is this? Trying to dump all your fuel, are you? Wonder what you were doing. Let's see. Who was the first driver? It was Zach, that's right. With semi-pro right in behind. Is that the star-studded top 10? Isn't it? What? Holy moly. That's what I mean though. I don't know who's going to get pole. It literally could be pretty much any of these guys, really. They can just string the lap together. But Zach, he'll be the first driver to set a flying lap. That's if semi-pro doesn't get past him. But our current pole sitter, a 34.185 is his current lap time. How much will he beat it? I mean, he will beat it because of track evolution. But by how much? Through turn 1, into turns 2 and 3. Very fast flowing opening sector that comes to a screeching halt right at the beginning of sector 2. Through the chicane into the tight hairpin of turn 7. DRS activated wide open. Speedo climbing 332 kilometers an hour into the heavy braking zone of turns 8 and 9. Into the second DRS zone. Almost the same thing that Toddy was doing, using all of the road on the inside, then drag the car back out to open up turn 11 into the chicane of 12 and 13. Turn 14, third gear, gentle on the throttle, uses all of the curb on exit. Then into 15, 16, hard on the brakes for 17. Into 18, underneath the hotel, 19. Uses all the curb again. Something you can exploit in this game is that outside curb. Through turn 21. It's a 34.1 to beat, and he beats it by a tenth of a second. A 34.039. Semi-Pro will be the next car to cross the line. No, it won't. So it will be Dougie Falcons. Can he do enough? Will it be pole position for Mercedes? It won't be. Oh, he invalidated. Oh, no. Track map. You need to tell me this. He invalidated, but the track map did not tell me. Todster. Will he do it? No, he won't. He'll go P2. 1/10 of a second behind. Wog boy! I can't believe it! The series leader spinning out at turn 19. He will not snag pole position. It's all down to Iconic Q. And he can't do it either. P5 for Iconic. Oh, and Wogboy. There you go. First and second separated by 1/10 of a second. Not bad. Not bad at all. But yes, Zach, Todster, Dougie, Wogboy. I wonder how much pace he had up his sleeve. Let's see Zach's best sectors. 17.0, 39.7, 37.2. Well, Wogboy sectors. Ooh, 16.9. Oh, he invalidated quite early on too. Into his lap. But he was up in sector 1, so very unfortunate. For the defending champ, he'll be starting on the second row. But our front row consists of Zach Crichton and Todster 99 with Dougie Falcons in P3, Wogboy P4, Iconic Q a very good P5, Romy Alonso P6, the very lazy tail P7, Alcatraz P8, Semi-Pro P9, and Dermy, after crashing out like how Breno did, he'll be starting from 10th place on the grid. Unbelievable. But that will end qualifying here at Abu Dhabi. We will move on to what is going to be an absolutely superb race. Or at least, that's what I pray it's going to be. But here we go. I would ask whether or not it would be wet conditions in the race, but this is Abu Dhabi. It just doesn't rain here. I don't think I've ever experienced Abu Dhabi in the rain, ever. Ever. I can't actually recall a moment where I've actually raced on this track in the wet. Wow. Same with Bahrain. Never raced on it in the wet, ever. The drivers just fine-tuning their setups, selecting what strategies to start on. Selecting fuel load as the session timer counts down to what should be an absolute cracker of a race. Here we go. So the drivers set up on their formation lap. Let's see here, what have the drivers selected? So Zach, starting on the softs. Very interesting. Todster beside him on the mediums. So, realistically, Zach should get the jump off the line. He's on the softer tyre. He should get more grip. Same with Dougie in P3. He's on the softs as well. Wogboy, Iconic Q, Romy Alonso, and the very lazy tail. All of them are on the medium tyre. Alcatraz on the softs, Semi-Pro on the softs, Dermy on the medium, Servanite on the softs, Big Chich, gambling strategy, it seems. Give me a minute. Just to make sure. Yep, he is on the hards. Smokegrass on the softs, Cutsy on the softs, Breno on the hards. Ooh. As people are taking out the braking boards, because lol, why not? False Equation on the softs. Honest Crook, James and Plebs. All of them are on the medium compound tyre. Be very interesting to see how this all plays out. We've got so many different strategies going on at the same time. And it's not all in one place, it's all throughout the grid. Got a lot of support from the old dog Dermy. It'll be great to see him do well. Former CEO of this league. Been in and out. He had a string of bad races back in season 1. Just really took him out of the scene for a while. But as drivers are furiously heating up their tyres. But hopefully for Dermy, he just has a nice smooth race. Or at the very least an enjoyable one. As all 19 drivers are now coming around the final turn back to their respective grid slots for the start of the 28 laps here for round 9 of the DRS Green Championship here at Abu Dhabi. Oh my goodness, this is... Ah, there we go. We have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. And it seems that Dougie's got the best start of the lot, but he can't go anywhere. He can't make it work. And Zach around the outside, I think he leads. No, Toddster with the inside into turn 2. Oh, this is good fighting between these fellas, fighting hard. And that's a Ferrari semi-pro. He's had a collision with James, I think, as well, but I don't want to look away from this. Wogboy on Iconic Q side by side. Same with Tal and Alonso, as Servanite gets a 5-second penalty for a severe collision. Oh dear! We've had quite a fair bit of chaos behind. Semi-Pro, Dermy, Honest Crook, Servanite. I would have loved to catch what happened there, but everything's going on at the front. Oh, as Big Chitch and... What in God's name is that? What in God's... Oh my goodness me. Oh, I've never seen something like that before. Where you see a Racing Point Mountain McLaren. Oh my goodness. Alonso and Cutsy now fighting through turn 11 as we got sector 3 yellow flags. Oh, that's Dougie Falcons. Dear oh dear. He's got no damage though. Was it a push? Did he get pushed out of the way? Oh my goodness, it's still all happening on lap 1. So Zach leading the way. He's got almost a 2-second margin as Iconic's out. Oh my goodness me! Oh boy, this is going to be messy, isn't it? Oh no, everyone gets around. That's amazing. Everyone somehow gets around. And a virtual safety car as well. Iconic Q. That's the 3rd incident we've seen. As Romy Alonso gets a 5-second penalty. Severe collision with Breno 23. Iconic Q has left the session. Yes, he's made a similar error to what Dermy and Breno made. Same corner. Not enlighten us further on in the race. Hopefully either in the Discord or in the YouTube chat. Look at the lead. Zach Crichton's got 2.3 seconds after lap 1. Let's see. Biggest winners and losers. Biggest winner at the moment. Cutsy up 9 positions. Same with Plebs. He's had a superb start. In fact, a lot of the midfield are winners out of this. Oh, Dougie making contact with Smokegrass at turn 8. He's one of the big losers, down 5 positions. Same with Semi-Pro, Dermy down 6. Romy Alonso down 11, the most out of any driver. And Servanite down 7. As Smokegrass loses the position to Dougie Falcons. Dougie moves back up into 7th place. My goodness me, so much action there. I've got absolutely no idea where to look at. Oh, and it's Alcatraz run. Oh my goodness me. Having to cut the circuit to try and not cause an incident. Oh my goodness, not again. It's happening again. DRS has been enabled. The McLaren and the Racing Point mounting each other through sector 3. Very strange between those two. Breno sets the fastest lap on a set of hard compound tyres of 43.593. Looking at this mid-pack battle. Oh, a bit of a lock up there. And again, Chich going into the back of Smokegrass. Oh my goodness, if this is what Plebs is seeing, he's going to be losing his shit right now. Just dying in laughter. Chich is gonna... Oh, he's incredibly vulnerable to Plebs. Plebs with the straight line speed. Down the inside. Oh my goodness me. It's so... Both drivers are in the session. I know that. Both drivers are in the session. Because one will be driving horrifically slowly, so... Not sure what's happening between those two. Very strange. Plez makes a move on his teammate and moves himself up into P9. Looking back up to the leaders. Zach has not pulled away a great deal after that first lap. Gap has hovered around 2.3 seconds. Back to Toddster. And Wogboy is starting to catch as well. Smokegrass must have made a mistake. He's let Plebs through. He's now vulnerable again. Oh, to the McLaren! Of big chicks, my goodness me. But it seems everything is settled back down. Thank goodness for that. Chaotic couple of laps, and I'm quite surprised to see only one car retiring with Iconic Q. And only a virtual safety car, which is quite interesting as well. Considering, oh, well, I don't know, we had a dead car in the middle of the circuit. Yeah, no, just virtual, that's all we need. I swear, if the FIA did that in real life, they'd be shot. Just downright stupidity. Dougie Falcons makes a move on Cutsy at the inside of turn 8. One of the few proper overtaking spots on the circuit. Dougie hugging the inside line. Cutsy just does not have straight line speed to challenge the Brit. Don't think he'll be able to challenge for to redeem his P5. Plebs is now onto the back of Alcatraz. Oh, it's going to be an easy move too. Down the inside into turn 17. You don't... Oh, what a slide! Oh, and around the outside and a bit of contact. I saw it in the background too. Oh, hang on. Oh, and Cutsy! Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh, ho, 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 ho. False equation into the wall! Oh no, oh no! False equation into the wall. Sector 3 yellow flags. No safety car or anything. A drive-through penalty for Dermy. A severe collision with Romy Alonso. Oh my goodness me. There is action happening everywhere. It's not even in the battle packs. It's even in towards the tail enders as well. Plebs. Oh, here we go. Dermy has left the session. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, he wouldn't be pleased with that. Plebs moves up into P6. He is absolutely charging his way through the field. 13 positions made so far. Absolutely superb recovery from 19th on the grid. Smokegrass, a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. By himself as well, so it's a small driver error that he has made. See here, anything else happening further back? Cutsy and Honest Crooks side by side coming into turn 11. Cutsy around the outside. Moves himself back up into 11th place after making that mistake at the hotel. He's got a missing end plate as well, which does not help his cause. going back up to the leaders because it's, oh, a semi-pro has left the session. What on earth? He's made a mistake. Dear me. But he hasn't retired the car either. Luckily the car's ghost, so it's not too much of a problem when drivers rage quit. It's when the cars don't ghost, it becomes a problem. But moving back up to the leaders because this is starting to blow up now. Toddster 99 right onto the back of Zach. Wog Boy, he's fallen away from Toddster. Gap 2.4 seconds between second and third. And now Toddster is right in behind Zach. He's got DRS, he's got the ERS as well. To the inside. Job done. At least for now. We'll see what happens coming into the next DRS zone. If Zach can get a good run, he can fight back, and he most certainly does. DRS wide open. Toddster using all of the track on the inside. He's going to look to the outside. Toddster defends the inside line. Here we go. They're going to be side by side through turn 11. Oh, turn 12, turn 13. Very good driving between these two. Great fighting. Great racecraft. They're still side by side, and Zach falls back in behind Toddster. Absolutely superb battle. Plebs is now starting to catch Dougie Falcons as well, so those mediums are starting to really switch on. He's now right onto the back of the Brit. Into turn 20. Dougie pits. Plebs moves himself up into P5. Tal in P4 as well. Very much stayed out of trouble, and currently he's in a very good place. Provisionally P3, as Zach has to make a pit stop soon, I'd imagine. So all of the midfield passes the pit stop runners. James Cruz and Servanite now battling for 14th. Semi-Pro comes in. His AI rather comes in. False equation, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Something that's going to play its part, particularly in the midfield battle. Not so much in the lead of the race, I'd imagine. These guys are very quick, but they tend to keep it within the white lines. Maybe not Zach, but definitely Toddster and Logboy. As Tao gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But Zach, surprisingly, just keeping up with Toddster. It just shows you how powerful the DRS is on this circuit. Like I'd imagine through Sector 3 and Sector 1, he's got absolutely no pace now in comparison to the mediums, but because of the DRS and how much of a toe that gives him, he's just able to keep up with the leaders and able to stretch these soft tyres on. Let's have a looky. Exchange in position, Dougie Falcons and Cutsy. Dougie into P10. So the Knight makes a move on James for P14. Breno, big chitch. Oh, hello, it's Smokegrass. It's just going to check the YouTube comments section and I see that. That is a massive blow for Smokegrass, and he has to make another stop too. Here, Breno, big church, coming down the back straight away. Sorry, Pure Gold, I don't think Dermy will be getting a podium in this race, unfortunately. He was on for a solid qualifying, then he had that mistake coming out of the hotel. Fortunately, severe collision with Romy Alonso. Got him a drive-through penalty and he just rage quit, so very unfortunate. Let's see, is there actually any battles going on other than this one? Yes, we do. Smokegrass and Alcatraz Smokegrass after making that critical mistake. Oh, as I say that. Literally as I say that. Alcatraz makes a small mistake at turn 17. Now loses the position to Romy Alonso. Cutsy and Smokegrass are in the pits. Surprisingly, Zach isn't in yet, and he's losing a lot of time to Toddster. In fact, he's fallen back into the clutches of Wogboy. See there, absolutely no braking markers, so to anyone not using Racing Line, big rip. I think Tal is definitely one of those, like, to my knowledge. I don't think he uses Racing Line. Don't quote me on that. But now, Wogboy gaining massively on Zach. On the more ideally suited medium compound tyre. Zach on those aging softs. Will he pit this lap? Will he pit next lap? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Coming through turn 20 now. Zach, he's going to pull in. He dives late. He goes in. So that drops him out of P3. Tao will take P3. With Plebs not too far behind. Plebs on an absolute charge from the back of the grid. Currently P4 at the moment. He has made a mistake. Oh, I can't believe it. Toddster's made a mistake. He's dropped down from P1 to P2. He's lost the lead. He had a healthy margin as well. Made a mistake at turn 3. I just looked at the leaderboard and I saw Toddster in P2 and I thought it was a glitch, but no, he has actually made a mistake. Plebs now right onto the back of the very lazy tower. Oh, how much is that mistake? Shook up this race. James Cruz, is it? Yep. Poor James. Oh, it's Wogboy gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Big Chicks gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings as well. As Smokegrass has indeed retired from the set. Oh, he's had a crash at turn 2. That's a virtual safety car. Oh, that's given Lazy Tal a bit of a lifeline. He had this charging McLaren right behind him. Will that tempt any of the medium runners to pit? I wonder. Toddster's going in. He's going to risk it for the biscuit. So is Tal. So is Plebs. Actually, all of the top 4 are in the pit lane. So, where does Zach come out in all of this? I wonder. Wogboy is leaving the pit lane now. But he was battling with Wogboy when he came in. With the undercut. Oh, this has benefited him massively. But he's on the mediums. Can he stretch the medium 17 laps? I don't think so. Dougie's on the mediums. 4-lap old mediums. Oh wait, sorry. No, he hasn't made a stop yet. Wait. No, he's already made a stop. Starting to get a bit confused. Smokegrass has left the second gear idea. Oh, here we go. Breno, Big Chitch, Plebs on the softs as well. So some guys are doing the 2-stop. Some drivers the 1-stop. Oh, look at this train. Oh, 3 wide, not quite. Almost 3 wide, and Plebs gets the best view in the house. Lazy Tail, Breno, big chip. Oh, and oh my dearie me. End plate damage as well. Teammates collide. Oh, Plebs, he had such a superb run. Right until that moment, he did not need that. But he is on the softs. He can switch onto the hards. The big Chich is coming in. Plebs, P7. With a broken front wing. He just didn't need that. He was in a good fighting position when that happened. I only caught the back end of it. I didn't get to see all of it. Can't quite say what happened. Just saw this big plume of smoke from Big Chich. Plebs go right into the back of him. Dougie starting to catch Sector 1 and 2 yellow flags. That's Cutsy, is it? Or is it Server Night? No, it's Server. Oh dear. E2 has made a mistake at turn 3. It's the corner, you have to be careful going around. It is a flat out corner, but if you just take it at slightly the wrong angle, if you use a bit too much curb at the wrong time, it does unsettle the car a lot and it does spin it out. Oh, it's not looking a good day for Red Bull, dear oh dear. Looking back up towards where the battles are happening. So Dougie, I swear he just made his stop. I'll just check Race Director. When did he make his stop? Yeah, okay, 5 laps ago. Well before virtual. I just thought I saw his name come up with Pit next to it when all of the front runners did their stops. Let's see. Oh no, it couldn't have been. So, Zach, Wogboy, Todd's... No, just Wogboy, Toddster, Plebs and Laser Tail. Okay, those were the 4. Sector 3, yellow flags. Oh dear me. That's a Toro Rosso. It's Honest Crook. Underneath the hotel. It's happened again. Seen a few incidents at this place. Claiming a few cars at the moment. Sector 3 yellows again. Oh dear. Is that Honest Crook? It is. Dear oh dear. And we're still seeing Sector 3 yellows. Never mind. Looking back towards this battle for P2. Dougie, Wogboy, Toddster. All within half a second of each other through Sector 3. Still got half the race to go. So much chaos can happen. At the moment, Zach is pulling away massively. Now has a 4.3 second margin back to Falcons. Opens up to 4.5 now. Zach, he has to make another stop. So does Dougie. Wogboy and Toddster can make it to the end. Zach needs to open up a massive gap to try and have any chance of winning this race. Seems everyone's now out in their own little world. This is the only battle going on at the moment. Around on board with Toddster, the last car in this trio. Sector 1 and 2 yellow flags. Oh, it's that a Renault, it's Alcatraz. A mistake, but no damage. He loses a few places. Well, here we go. Might have a change of position here. Wogboy and Toddster, they're fighting for what is effectively the lead of this race. But remember, Wogboy's got 4 seconds worth of penalties that we have to consider. Tao, I think Tao is starting to close on this battle as well. But again, he has to make another stop, so at the end of the race, he definitely won't be fighting for it. Unless, of course, a safety car happens. You never know. That's the line. Let's see. Dougie, Toddster, Wogboy. Through turn 1 they go. It's not quite flat anymore. Not with the hards anyway. Or at least Wogboy isn't game enough to go flat out. Doesn't want to risk it. Seeing what happened with some of the other drivers at the same corner, just pushing a bit too hard. Spinning their cars out. DRS open. Toddster has got some good pace underneath him in that Williams. He might actually make a move here around the outside. Dougie's going to fight this side. Oh, they make contact, but Toddster with the inside line gets the position. Dougie will get DRS though, but he is low, and I mean low on ERS. He's been fighting hard to keep this position, as I think that's James Cruz just having a little moment at turn 9. Oh, and around the outside goes Dougie, and he gets back the position. Absolutely superb racing between those two. Dougie's still holding on to P2. Just, oh my goodness me! There goes the lead of the race for Toddster 99. Contact between him and Dougie. Effectively handing the lead of this Grand Prix to Wogboy. It's not quite over yet. He had it. That's a superb recovery. He's lost not much time at all. Oh dear, but has he got damage? He must have. Didn't look like it, but he's in. Same with Dougie, he's in as well. Onto the mediums. They'll make it. They will definitely make it to the end. Yep, front wing at the ready. Must be lime green, because it looks fairly intact from our view. Wogboy. He'd be absolutely cheering because of that. Provisionally the leader, but got a very fast driver in the Haas who might have something up his sleeve. He's going to be absolutely electric on the softs. I imagine he's going to go back onto the softs. I'll have to wait and see. Sector 2, yellow flags. I don't know who that is. Oh, never mind. Alcatraz again, is it? It is. Try to spot it on the minimap, and there we go. Having another moment at turn 3. Let's see, is there any battling going on at the moment? Not at all. Everyone's in their own little world. They're all driving very well at the moment. But the gap to leader now almost 10 seconds between Wogboy and Zach, as very Lazy Tail comes into the pits. Will Plebs follow? No, he'll do another lap. With that broken wing, still an absolutely superb drive from him thus far. To have made up as many positions as he has, with the damage he has, it's been an absolutely superb drive. Still a long, long way to go. James Cruz, a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Another thing I have to consider. Okay, so Zach's got a penalty as well. Wogboy's got a penalty. Okay. So they're both on level, fairly level terms in regards to penalties, as I think Alcatraz has had another moment. Yep. spins the car back round. Same spot. Every time. Turn 19, coming out. Ooh, coming out of the hotel. He comes into the pits from... But Todster, oh. How furious would he be? Contact with Dougie on the entry to turn 17. Spinning Todster around, but Todster, superb recovery to only lose like 2 or so seconds. Somehow. He only lost 2 seconds. And still a very good point scoring position. 6th place, scored you 20 points. Be a very good day for Haas if they manage to pull that, not Haas, Williams. They pull that off. After an incident like that, anyway. But fighting. Seems that these guys have been battling all race. They've always been near each other. Ferrari versus McLaren. Oldest rivalry in motorsport. Well, at least in Formula 1 anyway. Chich locking up in turn 4. Breno just gaining a few crucial tenths of a second. Breno missing the apex at the hairpin though. That's going to give Chich a better run onto that straightaway. DRS is open. Overtake mode engaged. To the inside. Oh, that's close between those two. Oh my goodness. I think there might have been a bit of contact as well. Oh, this is great racing. DRS open again. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Big Chich. Oh, very good racing between those two. And it's going to continue too. They're on the same strategy. Oh, actually no. Brenner's on 3 lap younger tyres as Plebs comes into the pits for his final pit stop. And at the moment his teammate is in a titanic battle with Breno. Plebs drops all the way down to P6. In fact, he might lose positions to both Breno and Big Chich, potentially. See, he's coming underneath turn 1 now, and I literally mean underneath. Yeah, they've got him. So what was a battle between 2 may turn into a battle between 3. Plebs is right in behind us. Chich on those older mediums. Don't think he'll be able to fight too much. Todster and Tal exchange positions. There we go, Plebs down the inside, job done. He can now set his sights on the red Ferrari in front. Todster moving himself into P4. The very lazy Tal right in behind. And Tal actually on the younger tyres as well. So he can fight if he dares. There's 6-3 yellow flags. That was just a car going out wide. I think that's on his court. Still battling on. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, on his court. Retiring in the pit lane. Good on him. At least he kept himself calm enough to just retire in the pit lane instead of let his car wander out onto the circuit and do what AIs do best, and that is generally fuck up everybody else's races. James Cruz in his natural habitat, it seems. But he's still going to score points. 14, what's that? It's 7 points. for Alpha. Not a bad day. Actually, how many positions have people gained? Pleb's still up the most. 12 positions. 19th to 7th. Breno, an equally good job from 15th to 6th place at the moment. Here we go, exchanging position here. Plebs with the younger tyre around the outside into turn 11. Superb move. Jumps up into P6 on Crook has left the session. Got 8 laps to go, and Zach still hasn't boxed yet. Huh. Can he make it? Not here. Yeah. From lap 10 to lap 28. Anyone know how long the mediums can last? He's got a 12.5 second margin back to World Boy. Sector 2 yellow flags. It's a Red Bull. It's Servanite. He's made a mistake. Turn 8. He's recovered the car though. Any damage? Does not appear to be. He might have a missing end plate actually. Yeah, he does. Yellow wing. 3 seconds as well. But yeah, does anyone know how long those tyres last? I wonder. Oh, here we go. Chich about to lose another possession, this time to Romy Alonso. It's 100% doable, just as long as he stays consistent. Okay. Oh, as James has a moment in the background. Okay. Well, gap at the moment is 12.5 seconds, which is actually a lot. Because then Wog Boy has to what? It's more or less 2 seconds a lap. As Servanite retires from the session in the pit lane, 4 retirements, effectively 6 retirements so far. And that will give James Cruz another position up into 13th. More points for Alpha. But actually, Wog Boy is now starting to lose time to Zach. Gap has opened up to 13 seconds, so I didn't think the mediums could last that long. But he's remaining consistent enough to where the tyres are lasting, and he's able to manage the gap back to Wog Boy. That's an absolutely superb drive if he manages to pull that off. Big Chich, 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. There we go. Toddster. And the very lazy Tal. Toddster to the inside. Gets the position quite easily. Tal not putting up too much of a fight, as he knows, excuse me, that he can make a move here in the second DRS zone to the outside. Tal gets the position back. Very nice move. Oh, thank him for that front wing crap. That's an absolutely rubbish. That's better. That is an absolutely rubbish and useless camera. Same one's, what's this? For fuck's sake. Gap is still maintained around 13 seconds. It seems Zach has got this in the bag easily. He doesn't even need to make a stop. Safety car might change that though. But we still have to wait for that. We have to wait for a driver to potentially make a mistake. Have to do a 6th gear. Flat out for Toddster. Don't think it was flat out for Tao. Coming into turn 4, into turn 5. Toddster using all of the road into the hairpin. Oh, Tao gets a better run. Toddster just lighting the rears up on the exit. But here we go. To the inside. Is this just going to be a repeat from last lap? 7-9 has left the session. Tao tries to get the switch back. Gets a better run through the corner. DRS opened again. It is. It's going to be a carbon copy of what occurred last lap. Relatively equal ERS as well. Hovering in the teens in terms of percentage. Toddstone gets a better run through 14, but he's got nowhere to go. He can't take advantage of it. Oh, but Tao! Oh, he gives him a freebie. Tao gives him a massive freebie. Just car riding on the outside curb, it unsettles the car enough to where you can't apply all of the brake pressure. It doesn't make any the tyres don't make good enough contact with the road. He just wasn't able to pull the car up because of it. Dear oh dear. So what might have been a great battle seems to have concluded, I think, unless Tal has got something up his sleeve. They're on relatively even tyres as well, so... But Tal, he's actually within a second, but he wasn't within a second at the detection line, so he does indeed have pace. Oh, he just didn't quite get turns 8 and 9 right, and it's cost him, but he gets DRS. This battle might not be over just yet. At least on circuit. Toddster, 1 penalty. Tal, 4 penalties. Well, there goes that battle out the window then. Dearie me. Oh. Unfortunately, this is kind of turning out to be more or less a real life Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. There's not a lot of action going on. Unfortunately, we have 3 and a bit laps to go. And Wogboy, he still hasn't closed the gap to Zach. So even on 15 lap old mediums, it's still relatively even pace with the hards on the with the same age. Oh, hang on! Oh my goodness me! Toddster, how on earth have you done that? Where is that? Turn 3? Turn 4. Deary me. He's damaged his front wing too, hasn't he? Oh, give me a better camera shot, Codemasters. Yeah, he has. Look at that. That's destroyed. Another mistake at turn 3, and it's cost him dearly. It's cost him P5, potentially P6 to Breno. And that means Plevs will definitely be getting 4th place as Toddster, 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. He doesn't care anymore, he's just going to try and get it back to the pits. Now, Wogboy's only got 3 seconds and it's 12 seconds to Dougie, and I don't think he's got any penalties. So I don't think Plevs will get a podium at this stage. Check the 3 yellow flags. I'm not sure what that was. Couldn't tell from the mini-map. Deary me. Soon as I look away, that happens. Poor Toddster. He was in a race-winning, potentially race-winning position, and then that happened. Into the pits he goes. Breno moves up into P6, and Toddster retires. Oh my goodness, fellas. You score points if you finish. It's not a good day for Williams. Both Williams out. Looking back up. Had to retire the car, not turning on. Oh, okay. That explains Honest Cook's retirement. Still pulling away. Or rather, no. He's starting to lose time. But he's only got 2 laps. 2 laps to hang on to this lead. And I think he's going to hold on to it. Unless, of course, he makes a mistake. Don't count that out. He might make a mistake. Very lazy tail. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That's 15 seconds now to his name. Which leaves him kind of vulnerable to Breno. Not quite, but almost. Oh, hang on. They actually do have a battle. Big Chich and Cutsy for P8. However, I'm sure penalties will take hold. I know Chich has got a few. Not too sure about Cutsy. Cutsy. 2 penalties, 6 seconds. Chich. Holy moly. 3... I think that was 15, if I added that right. 3 plus the 2 and 1 lap, so 15. Looking back towards the leaders now. Chich must have made a mistake as well in the background. Gap has opened up to 5.5 seconds. Not that it mattered too much anyway. Unfortunately, he's got 1 too many penalties next to his name. But now was Zach with 1 lap to go. 18 lap old mediums. They must be dead. They must be brutally dead. Coming through the hairpin for 1 final time. Gap has shrunken to 10.9 seconds. Wogboy is not going to catch him now, unless of course he gets a puncture or he makes a mistake. At the moment he's driving the car gently enough for neither of which to happen. Romy Alonso is now on the back of Breno as well, so we've got to keep an eye on that. That's some last lap battles that we need to keep an eye on. And at the moment, Zach isn't going to get a puncture. He's coming through the 3rd last corner. It's been a superb drive. Softs to mediums. It's the 1 stop here at Abu Dhabi, and he's pulled it off spectacularly. Zach Crichton wins here in Abu Dhabi by a massive margin as well. 10.2 seconds in the end. Both drivers on similar penalties as Alcatraz has a moment. Dougie Falcons will come home in P3. Tal will cross the line P4, but Ples will take that. There's Alonso and Breno. Alonso is gaining and Breno's made a slight mistake. He's opened up the door for Alonso to have a shot for P6. Coming through the 3rd last corner. Oh, and a little twitch from Alonso. This is it. Oh my goodness me. To the final turn. Alonso dives down the inside. Here we go. Alonso, he'll cross the line first. And he holds on to the position as well. Alonso P6. Breno P7. Cutsy will come home 8th. Eventually, a long... Look at the distances between these guys. It's only been 28 laps. But the distances are absolutely massive. Alonso, P6, in the dying lap, in the final corner, he gets the position. Oh sorry, no, he would have got him anyway on penalties because Cutsy moves himself up into P7, and so does Pig Chich into P8. So Breno only finishing 10th in the end. But what a last-ditch effort from Alonso to get to get the position. But what a drive from Zach Crichton. Softs to medium. I never thought that would ever work. Not here at Abu Dhabi, but it turns out it's the ideal strat. Well done to him. Played his cards right. Stayed out of trouble. For that he secures victory at Abu Dhabi. A very happy Wogboy, I imagine, for the championship's sake. Gathering 35 points over his rival, Huta Magic, who couldn't be here tonight. And Dougie Falcons rounding out the podium. Plebs, a superb drive from Plebs. P4, 19th, absolutely superb. Very Lazy Tail, 5th. Romy Alonso, 6th. Cutsy, 7th. Big Chich, 8th. Alcatraz, 9th. Breno, 10th. False Equation, 11th. And James Cruz rounds out the finishing drivers. Semi-Pro, Dermy, Toddster, Servanite, Honest Crook, Smoke Rush, and Iconic Hugh, all of them did not finish this race. But there we go. What has been an eventful Grand Prix, both behind the scenes and during the race itself. It's been incredibly dramatic and chaotic. But wow. Unfortunately, like the start was amazing, but then once it got towards the end of the Grand Prix, it turned into its real life counterpart. Not a great deal happened. There was some gems in there though that you'll be able to find throughout the stream. But plenty of chaos in the first couple of laps. Holy moly, there was some chaos. And only 12 finishes as well from 19 starters. So, but that will conclude round 9 of the Green Championship. Stay tuned for tomorrow night for round 10 of the Blue Championship, where we go to Japan's premier racetrack, Suzuka. Until then, I've been the Smeg. Thank you all so much for watching, and good night.